Okay, now we're going to talk about operating the car. This is a little bit different, probably, Andrew, than anything you've ever seen. Basically, we'll start over here. We have these little vents here that are nothing but defroster vents for the side windows, and they open and close very easily by moving a flap. Now, we've got this little guy here, which is actually a diesel choke device. When the car is cold, you'll want to slightly depress the gas pedal and turn this thing all the way towards the driver's side or counterclockwise. Then once the car warms up a little bit to operating temperature, you can take it back off. What it'll do is it'll advance the pump timing and speed up the idle so that it idles smoother when it's cold. Right here is the ignition key, and the only thing this does is turn the power on. You don't start it here. Over here we have wipers. First speed, second speed. Here we have lights towards the right, parking lights, low beams, high beams off and on the floor. Over here we have the warning lights. FL is your high beams on the bottom, and it's a blue light that you really can only see at night. ST is your parking brake, on and off. GL is your generator light, which of course we have as an alternator. Now let me show you quickly how the quick start system works. When the car was new, you'd turn the key on, pull this out halfway, hold it, wait, up to a minute and a half for this thing to glow, and then you'd start the car up. What we're doing here with this conversion system is we're going to turn the key on, wait till a light goes out. There's your starter, pull it on, and there you are. The car is running. Now, like I said, because the car is a little cold, we'll want a little bit of choke, which will smooth the ride out so that we're not experiencing all that vibration. Right to about there. Now, this is about the right noise level for the car, and I'm sure that the camera is probably picking up a lot more side noise than there really is, so don't worry about that too much. Here's your fuel gauge, here's your temperature gauge, and the temperature gauge is a mechanical gauge, so it's on all the time. It has nothing to do with the ignition. Here's your oil gauge, which is also a mechanical pressure gauge. Here's your heater system and your vents. This blue thing at the top, all the way over towards the driver's side, means that the vents are on and you're getting outside air. All the way in like that means the vents are off, no outside air. There's a separate heater control for each side. Over towards the middle means heat off. Over towards the red means heat on. These are two separate heater control valves, so for example, if your passenger wants heat but you don't, you can leave it on for her or him or whomever, and you can turn yours off. This up here simply demonstrates that when it's over towards the down arrow, your air is coming out at the floor. Towards the up arrow is defrost, in the middle is mix. Now, the fan works exactly the opposite of all the other fans in all the other cars that you've ever seen probably. It goes the opposite way. Instead of going this way, it's off all the way over this way, turns on to high there, and then it's a graduated, almost like a dimmer switch sort of action that gradually slows down the speed of the fan till it's just barely coming through. So that's that. Now, there's your clock, keeps excellent time. Here's your overhead dome light. I have the door open, and right now it's working on the little switch in the door. If you want it off completely, you turn it there. If you want it on all the time, you turn it there. Now, this is a 4-speed on the tree, which means you have all the way back towards you and up is reverse, neutral in the middle, towards you to the stop and up is first, second, away from you and up is third, away from you and down is fourth or high gear. To turn the car off, press that all the way in. If it's not all the way in, you can't turn the key off. So what you got to do is press that all the way, and then the key goes boing over that way and you're done. Pull your parking brake on and you're good. Now, one last thing is going to be about the add-on stereo. It's put underneath this little cover plate, and to operate the cover plate, You lift up and gently pull out on it, and it'll come down to about that level. So you have access to all your buttons, you have access to your CD in and out, or you can use the remote that's in the glove box. To close it, lift up gently on it, pull it out that way, press it in. The object of the game is to get these two little flaps into these two little clips, and that's what holds it up. And last but not least, we'll have the seat belts. I've installed a couple of 1970s vintage 3-point lap shoulder belts for you. And here's how they work. Pull it out of the receptacle here. Bring this over here like that. Pull up this receptacle. They're magnetic and they clip together just like that, and they adjust down here, tight or loose. They will not come apart in an accident. They're great. I know they look flimsy, but they're wonderful. To release it, simply pull your magnetic piece off and hang it back up. Now on the seats, we've got an option here where you can roll a knob on the side and drop the back down to recline it, or move it forward like so. And fore and aft adjustment is down here at the front. You pull it towards the center of the car and the seat moves up and back. Now you know where your rear speakers are, you know where your stereo is, you know where your amplifier is. Front speakers are in the frames underneath the seats, up front here, hidden from view. So that's basically the whole thing and the whole way the car works. So I hope you understand it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.